Now, many of you have taken me up on the suggestion of requesting from your higher self a message or building that relationship with your higher self. And what I had shared with you is that it's super duper rare that your higher self is just going to have a straight on conversation with you like I'm having with you. Hey, what are you doing? What's going on? What's the sensation? And, I'm not saying that's impossible, but it's extremely rare. What many of you have offered in your statements about this is that there's maybe a color that comes in, maybe a song, saludos, a song, or maybe a word, or a sensation. That is absolutely your higher self connecting with you. That is absolutely your higher self connecting with you. And all I'm asking you to do is don't try and figure it out. Because what's going to happen is if you don't try and figure it out, you're going to stay in your sentient beingness. And what will happen, and it's just going to happen, guys. What will happen is you'll realize and you'll know what it is. And you'll just continue to do this. Please, grace, ease, love for yourself, for others. This is a time of great practice. It is not time for you to figure this out. It is a time to feel what you are feeling and no longer judge it. You are going to sometimes feel dis-ease. That doesn't mean you've done something wrong, and it doesn't mean that you're moving too slowly, and it doesn't mean that you're not getting it and that you're wasting your time and this is all nonsense and it doesn't really work. Of course, those are options for you. You can definitely go down in that direction, and that wouldn't be wrong. But what I'm telling you is you are melding with the laws of physics. When you do this, you're melding with your higher self. And your higher self is what? The truer you. Think of it from this perspective. If you're at the base of a mountain, and then there's your higher self at the tippy top of the mountain, you've got to remember your higher self is not better than you, nor does your higher self think it's better than you. You are one. Your higher self just has a completely different perspective. It's looking at the top of the mountain, and it can see everything. And then there's you in human form at the base of the mountain. Now, the higher self looks at you and says, hey, through sensations, urges, sensations, is guiding you in different directions. And sometimes it feels like you're going backwards. And sometimes it feels like you're regressing. That is the human perspective. Faith or fear? Fear or faith? Faith or fear? Faith or fear? You got to choose. So if you're feeling like you're going backwards, feel that sensation. The higher self might be leading you around, a road that is out or something like that. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. But you in human form will be like, but that's not the quickest way to get there. And I got to get out of this pain. And I've got to get out of this challenging circumstance. In the higher self, not because it's better, but because it has a different vantage point. We'll say, step back 20 steps, go around, take a break, get back up and go around. And you will have transcended an experience that you no longer need to have to get this information. When you trust your higher self, this whole thing changes. But it requires that you, what? Feel worthy of it. If we don't feel worthy of this, how are you going to have a connection with your higher self? Your higher self never ditches you, never leaves you. Because remember, how could it not ditch? It's not ditching you. This is the lucid dream. This is what is not real. And